So now we're back in Anor Londo. So we've finished that other kind of side quest thing. We're going to make our way to a new side quest area. We're going to the painted world of Ariamis. I think that's how you say that.
I had a question for you.
Okay.
So when you beat the game, how many achievements did you have?
It's a really good question. I should look that up. I will look that up after this video. Remind me to look that up. Because not many. Not many at all. I'd say...
How many hours had you put in when you finished recording this guy?
Like 90 between my two profiles. It was a lot.
I wonder what game has the lowest
hours
per achievement.
This is up there. This has got to be one of them. This side world is completely optional, but it's a lot of fun, and it's fun to see all the side stuff in this game. It's like one of the really cool things about this game that there's so many different weird things to do. So right now I'm not using the lightning Uchigatana. I'm using the lightning spear, which I picked up in Sen's fortress from killing that one mimic. It's actually a very good weapon, but it doesn't do nearly as much damage as the other one. This one, if you're struggling getting all the timing down and everything, the spears are very good because they you can attack with your shield up. So you can play much more defensively with this weapon. Very intricate detail about using a spear. When you are holding the shield up, you don't step forward as you attack. You keep your feet planted, so it can be really hard to hit people when you have your shield up. And the reason I ended up just completely abandoning this weapon is because I realized that to be consistent at getting your hits off with this weapon, you have to let your guard down anyway to step forward. So you might as well use a weapon that you don't need, or that is better, because you're not going to be holding the shield up.
It's not worth the defensive advantage,
right?
To have the lower damage.
So chop that chandelier, and we'll go down there and pick up the item that was on that.
How many games do you think have chandeliers that fall?
Lots.
Like, that's got to be a drink.
Oh, chandelier drink? That's like 10 drinks right there.
LA Noire had one.
Really? I didn't get that far into that game. I'm sure Zelda's got plenty of them.
Uncharted 3 had one.
Really? Awesome.
I'm sure Zelda's gonna have one. I don't think I've gotten to it yet.
Super Mario RPG Legend of the Seven Stars for the Super Nintendo. That had one. I think that was like one of the first things in the game. I think it was like the first boss battle.
Chandeliers are all over the place.
Take a drink for me referencing a Super Nintendo game.
All right.
We've played a lot of games, dude. Have you ever thought about how many fucking hours we've wasted playing?
Wasted or enjoyed?
Enjoyed, but it's like, what if I spent that like studying medicine? Then you ever kind of reevaluate your life like that?
Then you wouldn't be drinking and playing video games for a living.
That is very true. For a living, exactly. I wouldn't be hundreds of thousands of dollars in med school debt. And have the option to take off 2 months in the summer because there is nothing to do for work in the summer.
For our work.
For our work, right, exactly. I mean, there's still plenty of things to do, but making guides, not going to happen.
No new games
at all, which is a great benefit, actually. It's like a summer break.
Yeah, we're like school children.
Yeah. Well, we are like school children, but our schedule is like that of school children.
In many ways, we are school children.
Exactly.
Except for the school part.
We act like school children.
I think everything except for the school part.
I drink as much now as I did when I was in high school. No, actually, I take that back.
That'd be impressive. As a high schooler.
Binge drink as much now as I did when I was in high school. I don't casually drink now as much as I do when I was in high school because I didn't have access to casual alcohol. Every opportunity. Okay, so this part was weird. At the very beginning of this video, this gargoyle was supposed to show up, but he decided to show up now for some reason, and I don't know why.
Is he hard?
This is the same gargoyle that you fought 2 of at the very beginning of the game.
Is that when you're like standing on the platform and shooting down on him?
No, you fought 2 of them, and you can cut off his tail to get a an axe.
Yeah, his tail looks like an axe. Oh, that was on the roof.
Yeah, it was on the rooftop. Exactly, right before the very first bell that you rang.
I remember that.
What were we talking about before we started talking about
Drinking.
drinking in high school?
Oh, before we were talking about drinking.
All the games we played in Super Nintendo references.
Chandeliers.
Chandeliers. Yeah. I've lost my
Swinging chandeliers. How often is that a game mechanic where you have to get the chandelier to swing?
Oh, and carry
so
the
that you can
momentum
get
like
to
a
the
swing.
Next, you can get to the next one.
Like you have to, all the way back in Pitfall for like the Atari 2600
It's an overlooked, overused
Mechanic?
gaming thing.
swing physics.
Yeah.
The Havoc engine and swing physics. I'm sure lots of games have that. I know God of War had that.
Yeah.
So we're going to the painted world now. If you want to just continue on and skip all this kind of side stuff, then why are you watching these videos?
Yeah, hey dummy. Click next.
Yeah, I hate telling you. So we're going down these stairs, and I can't remember what the item is that lets me into here. Because you have to have a special item to, like, you go into this painting as if you're
Dorian
playing
Gray.
Dorian Gray.
I'm just guessing.
Who's Dorian Gray?
This guy that never ages.
Oh. I was going to
Well,
say,
I
like, you're
think-
playing Super Mario 64 and you jump into the paintings and go into those worlds.
I think this may be incorrect, but I think Dorian Gray, he's the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen guy.
I recognize the name, but I don't
He-
know what it is.
I believe that his portrait ages, and he stays the same age in real life,
Huh.
which is weird.
That movie was supposed to suck ass. This
The League?
absolute sphincter.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Sean Connery. Mm-hmm. Never saw it. I have no interest in seeing it. Mainly on preconceived notions I have about how shitty the movie is. You really do.
Like, if a movie gets tons of bad reviews, it's usually a bad movie.
If you didn't judge books by their covers, you would waste a lot of time watching shitty movies. Judging books by
You
their
find some good gems, too.
Yeah, but I think you lose faith in humanity if you didn't by all the shit that's out there. I think
Here's a weird thing.
Judging books by their covers is an underappreciated skill.
I think if you were 26 when Billy Madison came out, you would think it sucks ass.
Really? Adam Sandler? Really?
Yeah.
I don't know. What's the equivalent of that now?
Like, I don't know.
We've talked about this before. Like,
Who's
what's
that dude?
Like,
who's like
what are the kids like these days?
The SNL digital guy,
Oh,
Andy.
Andy
Samberg.
Andy Samberg. I want to say Milanoff.
He did
so I
that
knew
hot
was
dog
right.
movie
Hot dog movie.
where he's like a daredevil, or
Oh, where he
he's
was
like riding his bike off jumps and stuff.
right. Originally, that script was written for Will Ferrell, and he declined it. No, but I like his digital shorts. That isn't necessarily I haven't seen that movie, but you're right. Maybe you're right about.
I'm sure Full House sucks now.
Oh, Full House is bad then. I don't know why I watched it then. I watched it because it was on when I came home from school,
Yeah.
not because it was
I guess
particularly
Beavis and
good.
Butthead is still funny.
You know, I don't necessarily. It's okay.
The new ones crack me up.
I just like when they do their science mystery science theater 3000 style commentary. I don't necessarily like the stories that go on.
I don't know. I watched some pretty funny ones.
Really? I've only watched like one or two.
Yeah.
So
They're on demand.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, we'll have to watch those later. So I'll put in the notes what item you need to go into this painting because I can't remember off the top of my head. But yeah, I'm gonna look up how many achievements I got after this video.